last video, we discussed about the basics, Python basics. So in that Python basics, I explained how to write an expression. So how to solve an expression, how that Python will solve that expression. So we know that Python will, if you write any expression that contains any number of operators or any number of values, so that entire expression it will break down into a single value, and that single value also it will consider as an expression. Okay, and then if you made a mistake, or if you made a mistake while you are writing an expression, okay, so if that expression will not understand by your Python software, so it will throw an error, syntax error, instead of hanging or stop execution. So in Python it will show a syntax error. So here, that's why errors are okay in Python. So that one I explained in last video. And then I hope you all installed Anaconda software, and you are all trying to execute the programs. Okay, if you not installed, better you install that software in your systems. Okay, overall having that system, your laptops or somebody having some desktop in your home. So better you install, first you install that software and try to execute, so then only you can easily understand so Python program will working compared to previous programming languages. So why? Because this one is not a theory subject, this one is programming. But you don't have practicals regarding this Python. So that's why I am telling, install software in your laptops or desktop and try to execute. Okay. uh, Next, today in this today's video section, next we discussed about the data types. So in last video I already told, we discussed about expression. So expressions are nothing but what? It's a combination of operators and the values, okay, that will be evaluated into a single value by your Python. But for that values also we have some data, we have some representation. So that representation we call as data types. So that data types is a category of values. Okay, values you can write it in different ways. So you can write only a decimal value, okay, integer value, just like you can take value 2 3 4 5. So these 2 to 3 4 5 are minus 2 minus 3. So these type of values we called as integer values. Okay, and then you can also take decimal point values. So that one you already know, floating point values. So 3 point something, 2 point something, 5 point something. So that type of values we called as floating point values. So and then you can also take inputs in the form of text format inputs. Okay, that one we called as string. So you already know, so what is an integer, what is a floating point number, and characters or strings. So here again we are going to study the same concept, but here I already told in previous videos, in Python, so we are not directly written any type of data types. So your software itself, depending on the value, what type of value you entered, so based on that value your software itself analyze, this one is integer, this one is floating point, and this one is string values. So here the data type is nothing but a category of values. So and every value belongs to exactly one data type. So you can enter any type of value, so that for each type of values having its different category. Okay, so that different data type is nothing but, so we already know. So in next slides we discussed about variables. So variables is nothing but it's a place to hold the values in a computer memory. In a computer memory, to hold some value we reserve some place. For that place, so we give, okay, we mentioned or we give some name. So that one we called as variable. But what type of value you are going to save in that space? Okay, in that space or in that name, what type of value, that value will be decided by your data type. So that's why we call that data type is called as a category of values. What type of value you are going to save? So you already studied in your C++ and in your Java. So this data type is nothing but a which type of data you are going to save. So we have three types mainly: integer type, floating point type, and then string or characters. Okay, character data types. In integer you studied about byte, short, int and long. Okay, for each data type, different data types. For byte, 8 bytes of memory. For integer, for int, 16 bits of memory will be allocated. That one is static memory in C++ and Java. So their memory is fixed, but here no fixed memory is there. This one I already told, Python is a dynamically allocated programming language. Here, based on what value you are declaring, for that memory will be allocated dynamically. But sir, that values are dynamically allocated, sir, why we want to discuss about the data type? You can ask that question, and then this question come to your mind. But here, why we are going to discuss about data types in the sense, so if you want to convert typecasting, you already studied typecasting, right? Converting one data type to another type. Okay, so implicit is there, explicit is there. Is implicit means lower data type into higher data type. Your software itself converting lower data types into higher data types. But explicit, so if you want to convert higher data type values into lower data type values, so for that we have different syntax. That syntax you already studied in your C and as well as Java. But here also, if you want to convert one data type into another data type, for that they provide some inbuilt functions. So that inbuilt functions we discussed in next slide. That's why we are discussing about the data types. You must aware of what type of data you are declaring or what type of data you are going to use in your programs. Okay, so that's why. So first we see the values -2 and 30. So this type of values we called as integer values. We don't have any decimal points here. Okay, so direct values. So this type of values we are called as a integer values. The integer or int data type indicates the value that are whole numbers. So if you take any whole number, okay, it may be negative or integer or positive values, so that that will not contain any decimal points. That type of values we called as integer values. So the number with a decimal point, we already know the number with the decimal point, that we called as floating point. So here you see one example, 3.14. So here this one is a pi value, pi constant. 3.14 decimal point is there, so that's why we call as floating point. So number floats. So in C++ and Java, in floating point data types we have in float, double, okay, and then in .NET decimal also there. Okay, but here if you consider decimal point, that one we called as directly floating point. Okay, no fixed value. Why? Because here this one is dynamically allocated memory. That's why no need to fix any value. That's why here we are not written int a, int b, not like that. Okay, so note that even though the value 42 is an integer, the value 42.0 would be a floating point number. So if you directly write, or if you just consider 442, so this one is what? Integer. Why? Because here we don't have decimal point. But if you put decimal point to this point 0, okay, point 0 also, then it will be considered as floating point number. Why? Because decimal point. If your software, if your Python see that decimal point attached to your value, then it will consider as floating point value. And the next, Python programs have text values. As text values, characters, okay, are called strings. So here group of characters are called as string, same. But here string we also pronounced as string, strs, stress. Okay, so stress. Okay, always surrounded your string in a single quote. So in C, any character represented within single quote we call as character. Okay, strings are represented within double quotes. But here in Python you represent the strings within a single quote. Okay, so always surround your string in a single quote characters. So see here, as in hello, so this hello is what? Group of characters that we represented within a single quote. Or if you want, this one is a single word. If you want to write a sentence, that sentence also we consider as string. Okay, so that for that sentence here example is that goodbye cruel world. So here within single quote. So Python knows where the string begins and ends. So first we have to open that string with a single quote and then end with a single quote also. If you just open and if you not close this single quote, then it will consider, Python will consider the entire code until where you end. Okay, if you not end, then you get an error. End with a single quote. Okay, until where you have to end, that entire thing it will consider as a string. Okay, that's why you have to, you should careful while you are typing a code, okay, or opening single quote and closing single quote. Okay, next we see about the data types. So the most commonly used data types so are listed below here. So see here, so table data types, example integer minus both negative and positive values, okay, along with 0, floating point numbers, okay, here also positive and negative along with 0, but for floating point number decimal point should be there. If you not mention this decimal point, only if you mention -1, then it will consider as integer. Here also -2 is integer. If you just put -2.0, then it will consider as floating point. So here string. These three are the most commonly used data types in Python. In string, I already told, within single quote, you can type single character, multiple characters, or any number of characters. You can write a paragraph also, it will consider as string. Okay, so if you ever see the error message, syntax error EOL, okay, EOL, while scanning string literal, you probably forgot to final single quote character at the end of the string, such in this example. Okay, so if you miss the closing single quote, so if you just open and then if you now forgot to close the single quote, so then you get an error EOL. So wait, so here you see, this one is an example, hello world. So here we opened that hello world, okay, but we forgot to close here in this example. So during this time you get an error like this, syntax error EOL, okay, end of line. Okay, you are not ending this string, okay, while scanning string literal. So now I show you in our panel. Okay, so in our, what is this, what we call this one, Python interactive shell. So here just now I type single quote, hello everyone. Okay, now I forgot to close this one, just if I press enter, so here you get an error. So hello everyone EOL while scanning string literal. So your Python starts scanning, okay, it will interpreted language, right, it will convert it this one line by line. So while scanning it will observe that you are not closing the end of line, means your string will not at end. So same example, okay, now I close, okay, now I close with a single quote, then you get an output hello everyone. Okay, hello everyone. So this one is, this single value also it will considered as an expression, so that expression it will print as an output. Okay, try to execute and see, okay, different types of strings and floating point values and all. Okay, okay, next concept is string concatenation and replication. So string concatenation we already know. What is concatenation? Concatenation is nothing but attach one string with another string. If you want to attach or add two strings, for example CIT, so first I consider CIT as a one example of first string value, and then second string value is Mandya. So next I want to concat, means add these two and make CIT Mandya. So for that we are using string concatenation operator. For concatenation, for adding two string values, we already know we use an operator called plus. We use an operator called plus. By using this plus, we can concatenation or attach two strings. That one is string concatenation. And then in Python they introduce another one new concept, string replication means if you want to multiply the string values. For example, if you want to print your name, for example if you take any name, now I take abc as a one string value. That abc I want to print 10 times. Okay, replication means I want to repeat that the same value into 10 times. For that what we have to do? So we have to do in C. If you consider in C or C++ or in Java programming language, what you did, so you have to type output, okay, println or printf 10 times you have to type. But here not like that. So here in Python they used another one arithmetic operator, multiplication, asterisk symbol, star, what you call star symbol. By using that one, you can print one string value into any number of times. That's why we called string, that one we called as string replication. So in C, C++, and in your Java, so if for string operation we use only one method, only one arithmetic operator, that one is plus. But that the plus we use as a concatenation operator in string, that one is not addition, concatenation. But here in Python, along with that, they are using another one operator, asterisk symbol, multiplication operator, for replication, means for repeating the same string values n number of times. So that one is the concept of string concatenation and string replication. Next we see one by one along with that example. So the meaning of an operator may change based on the data type of the text values next to it. So for example, plus is the addition operator when it operates on two integers or floating points. So plus is an addition operator when we are dealing with, or when we are working with integer values and floating point values. When we start working this, when we are using this plus operator in string values with two string values, so it joins the string as the string concatenation operator. So this plus is an addition operation. It uses an it perform addition operation when you use with two integer and floating point values. But if you use with two string values, this one is for concatenation, for attaching two values. So enter the following for interactive shell. So if you type this one, so first string, how you represent the string, so that the string, so I will show you in interactive shell. Okay, so now first how you type a string within single quote. Now I take CIT. So next, for attach two strings, which operator we are using? Plus. Okay, plus operator. So now I enter another one string, Mandya. Okay, so now we close this one with single quote. If you forget, what happens? You get an error. So press enter, so you get CIT Mandya as one string. Okay, so this one is string concatenation. String concatenation. So the expression evaluates down into single value, new string value that combines text of true string. So here you observed, so this one is an expression. So one string, two string values we are going to concate. So this one expression will be evaluated down into single value and stored in a new string value, stored as a new string value. Okay, so next, string concatenation. Okay, if you try to use the plus operator on string and integer value, Python will not know how to handle this, so and it display an error message. Okay, so you are all very intelligent students, so you are working for worst conditions, right? So if you want to try, to add one string value with integer value. Okay, so why? Because so if in an expression you can add only two integer values or two floating point values. Okay, so but you can't add one string with integer value. Why? Because integer is different data type and then string is different data type. So if you try to add one string with one integer value, so your Python will don't know how to handle, so then it will throw an error message. Here you see alias is a what? String plus 42 is what? It's an integer, so it can't compile. Okay, it can't convert this one, and then you don't know how to handle this one. So during this time, so it will throw an error message, can't convert int object into string implicitly. It can't convert that string into integer value. So that type of error you are getting. So the error message can't convert object implicitly means Python thought you were trying to concatenate an integer to string alias. Means Python thought that you are converting this integer into string, you are going to add integer into string. So this same 42, if you type within single quote, then it will become a string. So let's see. Okay, see, so now I try to add C80 plus 2020. So now what we get? So now CID is what? String. So see the difference. Color will get changed. CID is what? String. And then 2020 is what? 2020 is an integer value. Can we do this one? Can we convert the integer into string? Can we concatenate the integer value into string? No, it won't possible. Your Python will not understand. It will show an error. Okay, type must be string, not integer. So what I enter the type, it must be integer, not be a string. Okay, must be a string, not be integer. That same thing. Now this 220, I put it inside a single quote, then what happens? See, so then it can concatenate. Why? Because anything, not only text along with the integer values or floating point values that were represented within single quote, your Python will consider that one as a string. Now this 220 is considered as string. Why? Because you put it inside a single quote, but here it will consider it as integer. Why? You are not put it inside a single quote. Now concatenation will happen. Okay. Okay, so so your code will be explicitly converted the integer to string, because Python cannot do this automatically. Converting floating types will be explained in this. Okay, so you can also convert explicitly. Implicitly it will not possible. Okay, implicitly it not possible, but you can convert explicitly. For that we are using str function, int function, and float functions that we discussed in last concept of this chapter. We can explicitly convert by using this inbuilt functions. So these are the new introduced inbuilt functions for explicitly typecasting. But in C++, and Java, so we are typecasting by using some syntax. But here they provided some inbuilt functions. By using that one, you can easily convert. So next, string replication. So for I already told string replication, or you can also say string multiplication. Okay, or string increasing order if you want to increase that string values. So that star symbol or multiplication asterisk operator is used for multiplication when it operates on two integer and floating point values. So this star symbol you are using, asterisk symbol you are using as a multiplication symbol when it operates to two integer or floating point values. But now if you dealing with string values, string operator, so then star used as a replication operator. So but when we use this star operator used on one string value and one string integer value, it becomes a string replication operator. So here string replication is nothing but string multiplied by a number into interactive shell. Okay, so here if you are using the same operator along with one string value and one integer value, then we call this one as a string replication operator. So if you are using this multiplication star symbol with multiplication with string values, so then it will called as string replication operator. So now we see so how this will work. Okay, now I enter Python. Okay, so this one I want to print 10 times or 4 times. First we print 4 times and see. So for that you have to use which operator? Multiplication operator, and then put 4. Press enter. See here, your Python will print it 4 times. Python, 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 Python. So this one we called as string replication. Okay, so the expression evaluates down into single string value that repeats the original number of times equal to the integer value. String replication is a useful trick, but is not used as an often as string. Okay, so string concatenation. So string replication, so is a useful one to double the string values, but it will not used just like string concatenation. We are not using more. Okay, so next, so this one is an example. In the next slide we can see. So the Star operator can be used with only two numeric values or one string value and one integer value. Otherwise, Python will just display an error. So see here. So you can use this multiplication or string replication operator only with one string value and one integer value. So if you just use two integer values, so then you are going to multiply 5 into 2, then it will consider as multiplication operator, two integer values. Or you can use this operator along with two string values also, it will show an error. See here, Alice and to Bob, these two are string values, then it will show an error. Cannot multiply sequence of non-int of type. So if you want to use string replication operator, you have to type a string and then integer only. If you use floating also, then it will show an error. See alias 5.0. So typecasting sequence not int or type float. Okay, so for string replication operator, you have to use only one string and one integer value. So don't use floating point values, or don't try to multiply, or don't try to replication using two string values. So next one, storing values. Before that, we see how that two string values show an error. So now I try to replication two string values a into cc. So now I try to string multiply with two string values. So if you try to do like this, you get an error. Can't multiply sequence of non-int of type string. So now a into 2. So then you get an output, because one string, one integer we are using. So then you can use like this only. So instead of that one, if you use floating point value, what happens we see? You get an error. Can't multiply sequence by non-int of type float. Okay, I hope you all understand this one. Okay, so next concept is storing values in variables. How in Python that values are get stored. Python values are stored in variables, so that we discussed in next video. So in today's video session, what we discussed, that we quickly recap. So we discussed about integer and floating point and string data types. So and then how the data types, okay, how the data types will consider in your Python, that things we discussed in this video. And then string concatenation and string replication. So this concept we discussed in today's video session. In next video session, we discussed about how to store values in variables. Okay, so I hope you all understand this concept. If you not understand any concept, okay, please send me a message. Okay, thank you. We meet in next video.